Okay, may and might. It's unit 29. 2 lessons. Let's see the first grammar point. A. Look at this situation. You're looking for Ben. Can you see it? Yes. You're looking for Ben. Nobody's sure where he is. Okay? Nobody is sure where he is, but you get some suggestions. So you ask, for example, here, where's Ben? And 3 people answer, he may be in his office, he might be having lunch, or ask Kate, she might know. May or might, you see? He may be in his office, perhaps he is in his office. So perhaps also shows a possibility. Perhaps. Perhaps. It means maybe. Pay attention, maybe are 2 separate words, you see? Later it will be important. Maybe is a verb. Be is the verb here, right? He may be in his office. He might be having lunch. Also, perhaps he is having lunch. Maybe. Ask Kate, she might know. Perhaps she knows. Okay? It's a possibility. They don't know for sure. We use may or might to say that something is possible. You can use may or might. For example, it may be true or it might be true. In this case, it's the same. You can use both. Perhaps it is true, you see? This is another way of saying, perhaps it is true. Don't say, it perhaps is true. It's different order, word order. If you use may or might, it goes after the subject, you see? It may, it might. But if you use perhaps, it's in the beginning, before the subject. Perhaps it is true. Maybe it is true. Huh? She might know or she may know. Both are okay. Both give the same meaning. Perhaps she knows. Perhaps she knows. The negative forms are may not or might not. Okay? It may not be true. Perhaps it isn't true, you see? She might not know. Perhaps she doesn't know. Both of these. 4 options, you see? Now, you see, may and might go after the pronoun, the subject, and then you can put not after it, and then be or being, no, work, want, and so on, you see? Sometimes it's be true, be in his office, or sometimes he, for example, I may might not being doing, you see? Being, working, having. Sometimes it's ing, you see? Ing form, depending on the situation. Note the difference between may be and maybe. This is what I want you to understand here, see? It may be true. May is the verb, you see? May plus a verb. Be is a verb. And in this one, it's not, you see? Is it true? Maybe. Maybe it is true. Maybe it is true. You see? Maybe it is true. What is the verb? Not be. The verb is. I mean, it's still the same verb, but it's a different word, right? Maybe, I'm not sure. Or maybe it's possible, perhaps. You see, it's different. Different meaning. In the second one, right? Yeah. Okay, B. For the past, we use may have or might have. So, for example, I wonder why Kate didn't answer her phone. You see, it's in the past. Didn't. She may have been asleep. She may have been asleep. Perhaps she was asleep. You can use past simple, you see. Perhaps she was asleep. But if you're using may or might, you have to use have, you see. She may or might have been asleep. Okay. I can't find my phone anywhere. You might have left. You see? Might have left it at work. Perhaps you left it at work. So you see the meaning is actually past. You could use simple past, but because of may or might, you don't say, for example, you might left. Do you understand? You might left is wrong. You have to use have. So you might have left it at work. Okay? Why wasn't Amy at the meeting yesterday? She might not have known about it. Perhaps she didn't know, you see? Maybe, perhaps she didn't know. Maybe she didn't know. She might not have known. Look where not goes, you see? She might not have known. Might not might have not. She might not have known. I wonder why David was in such a bad mood yesterday. He may not have been feeling well. So it could be have been feeling, continuous, or just participle, perfect. You see? Have been doing or have done. Both are okay over here with may or might. Okay? So the construction is this, you see? The pronoun, subject, may or might, and then have with not you can put before have, and then been or being, known, had, wanted, left, etc. Last one. Could is similar to may and might. It's a strange story, but it could be true. It's possible that it's true, you see? It is possible. It's a possibility. It could be true. It could be true. You could have left your phone at work. It's possible that you left it there. You could have left your phone at work. You might have left your phone at work. Also works. But couldn't is different from may not and might not. So if it's negative, it's different. It's used differently. This is a little tricky. For example, Sarah couldn't have received my message. This shows that it's not possible. She couldn't have received my message. It's impossible. Okay? Otherwise, she would have replied. Okay? So it's, if you use couldn't, it shows it was impossible. But if you use might over here, you see, why hasn't Sarah replied to my message? I suppose she might not have received it. So it's a possibility. It's possible that she didn't receive it. You see? So couldn't shows like it's impossible, and might shows that there is still a possibility. Okay? Perhaps she did, perhaps she didn't, you see? Perhaps she did, perhaps she didn't. Okay? Just be careful with the negative. Negative, it's a different meaning. And affirmative, it's the same. It can be used interchangeably. And in the past, you have to use have, always have. You see? Either have been in the present continuous, or might have done, for example, in the present perfect. Okay? Okay, and just be careful not to confuse maybe, be as a verb, or maybe, one word, like this. Let me check what this is. Maybe. Maybe, all together. Nope, nope. Maybe is an adverb. We should maybe take a different route. Maybe it won't rain. An adverb. Or a noun. There are so many maybes. Okay, this is less common, but you can also use maybes as a noun. But this is the normal use, okay? So it's an adverb. Okay. Lesson number 1 is finished. Let's do the exercises. Let's see if you get it right. And then we do part 2. Might be Brazilian. Ah.